Wij willen dat deze zware vorm van drugscriminaliteit opgerold wordt.
La coke, la héroïne, pas de problème mon ami. Ecstasy, pas de problème.
Since the 1st of March 2015, the new Dutch grow shop law is active, prohibiting the supply, preparation and facilitation of cannabis. The chief prosecutor in the south of Holland wants to completely eradicate cannabis cultivation, as he said in an interview with a Dutch newspaper.
Dat zou hij nooit doen als hij geen capaciteit zou hebben. Veel vertrouwen in de aanpak van de autoriteiten in het zuiden en het is ook hard noodzakelijk.
This new law follows a number of changes in the Netherlands. These measures are costly. Already in 2011, €1 million was spent on the Task Force Cannabis.
Het is altijd iedere dag weer een dilemma. Gaan we hennep doen? Gaan we moord doen? Gaan we overval doen? Gaan we mensenhandel doen?
Maar moet u dan soms een keuze maken tussen mensenhandel of hennep?
Ja.
The Dutch government continues their repressive approach regardless to what experts say. Also ignoring the developments towards regulation of cannabis in other countries and the more widespread acceptance of cannabis as a medicine. In Vienna, for example, grow shops are a common phenomenon.
Cannabis is legal as long as the plant does not flower. That's the reason why we can sell clones here.
Millions of euros, 70% of the police capacity, all being used for the war on drugs. But does it work? No. Studies show increased numbers of runners and dealers in the streets since the ban on foreigners and the repressive approach.
Ik ben van mening dat het beleid dat wij voeren op dit punt deugt.
Foreigners are not allowed in coffee shops in the south of the Netherlands.
You won here in the Netherlands? You come from the Netherlands? No, so it's not allowed.
As a result of this policy, there is more crime and dealing on the streets. But the Dutch authorities refuse to see the negative effect and claim to be in control. Cannabis News Network wanted to experience this by driving round trip from France to Maastricht, the main city in the south of Holland. We just crossed the border when we were signalled by a Dutch car.
Moi ça va, ça va.
Oui, normal, sweet.
De la bœuf ou...
Non, la cam.
La cam?
Ouais.
Que la coco?
Oui, c'est bon, Christian. Sweet avec ton voiture, je parlais avec toi derrière.
Stay here, let's go somewhere else.
We drive on to the first petrol station along the highway in Holland. Again, we are approached.
Ouais, ça va. De la bœuf, vous avez de la bœuf? De l'herbe?
Ouais. Combien de ça?
Je sais pas, moi pour 20 €, un truc comme ça.
Oh non, je vends en grande quantité.
Que des grandes quantités?
Grande quantité.
Ah d'accord. Hoe is het tegenwoordig hier met runners en dat soort dingen?
Volgens racing eigenlijk.
Ouais. De la bœuf.
Si.
De l'herbe.
Oui.
T'as de l'herbe?
Si, mon ami. Toi, au coffee shop, alors je prends pour toi dans le coffee shop et là tu me donnes aussi quelque chose.
Okay, let's go guys,
Ok, c'est bon.
Bon allez, salut. Super, merci.
Bon marijuana mon ami.
Bon marijuana.
Écoute mon ami, tu appelles-moi mon ami, pas de problème.
D'accord.
Business, pas de problème. Tu peux fumer la coke, la héroïne, pas de problème mon ami. Ecstasy, pas de problème.
D'accord,
Ça va,
tu as
mon
tout.
ami? Ça va?
Tu as tout. Bon.
Ok, tu appelles-moi, ça va, ok.
So, a random one-day experience led us to several dealers, runners, and we were able to buy everything. The dealers were persistent and sometimes aggressive in their behaviour. Not once were we stopped by the police, or was the police in sight. The next day, we leave the samples in Holland and drive back to France. Without being stopped by police and customs for smuggling drugs, we arrive safely back in Lille. To find out how difficult it is to buy some grass in Lille itself, we change the car and continue in a Dutch car. Only one inquiry is needed before we are given directions to a metro station 5 minutes away.
Hollande?
Ouais, mais
Tu parles français?
pas de problème. Non, je veux.
Ouais, combien tu veux?
10 €. Tu vas me chercher 10 €?
Là, tu veux combien? Ça fait bizarre, hein, quand même.
Mais ouais, mais bon, tu sais, les Hollandais, ils amènent pas très vite.
Hein?
Ils viennent pas chercher.
Ouais.
J'ai eu deux bouts, deux morceaux comme as, avec rond comme ça, épais comme ça, comme ça.
Ouais, ouais.
2 morceaux comme ça.
Oh, super. Super.
Vas-y mon pote.
Merci. Allez, salut.
The reason the Netherlands introduced coffee shops was to separate the harder drugs, like heroin and coke, from cannabis. Also, when you buy from the street, you have no idea what kind of cannabis you are buying. Is it contaminated with pesticides? Has it been made heavier with glass or lead? With 3 samples, 2 from Maastricht and 1 from Lille, we end our experiment. Cannabis News Network is introducing the Canna test, a test which shows what compounds are present in the plant.
Some very dark material here and here. These are probably spider mite eggs.
Your source of cannabis news. Cannabis News Network.